Welcome, everyone, to Talented Universe on this 25th day of November in 2025. Before I introduce our special guest today, I'm going to say hi to my co-host today, Liz. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful and just gearing up for Turkey Day.
Oh, yeah, that's very soon, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That and lots of football.
Yep, there you go. Marcia, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. It's hard to believe we're almost at the end of the year. I'm still waiting for my flying car. It's 2025. I'm ready.
It's late, isn't it? It was supposed to be here a couple of years ago, if I remember right. But that's a whole other issue that we're not going to discuss because that has nothing to do, at least as of now, with verticals. But you never know.
Yes.
Never know what they're going to do next. So I would like to introduce our special guest today, Elijah Van Zanten. Elijah, how are you rolling today?
I'm so far so good. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I'm excited to chat and talk about verticals and whatever else comes up. So yeah.
Whatever else comes up. Now we got a bunch of people saying hi to you.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to just throw those up quickly. And then we're going to go on with my first question.
Perfect.
Okay. Megan Smith says, hey. Bailey Zimmerman from Minnesota. I was really waiting for this and then it got cut off. Louis Pena, hi there.
Hey.
And Killian 1 says hi. And Megan Smith says that's the same thing. And then Sheila Billingsley says hello. Now, everyone, I want to warn you in the chat room, we have got a lot of people in the chat room and they are doing things. Please, please, please do not repost a question. And please, from now on, please only ask questions to the guest so I don't go crazy trying to sort through you talking to each other. It really slows things down. So I would appreciate that, and so would the guest. But my first question I usually ask all the vertical drama actors that come on. After you did your first vertical,
yeah,
and you came back home and were telling friends and family what you did, and they were giving such a funny look because they had no idea what you were talking about. How did you explain it to them? And I'm sure you might be still doing it to friends.
Yeah.
I still am. I don't explain as much anymore. I'll just show them. I'll show them what it is. Man, after my first one, I just said I was filming a project, except the camera was vertical, sideways, because it was filmed pretty much like any other project I've filmed. I just didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what it was going to be on. I didn't know because the camera was sideways. I assumed it was going to be on a phone, but yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing either. So didn't have many answers for people I told. I did it. Yeah.
And how long ago was that you did your first one, that you filmed it?
I did my first one, what I would consider an actual vertical, December of 2023, so almost 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, you were one of the first ones then.
Yeah.
In the US, yeah.
Yeah, and then I did something. I want to say earlier that year, or maybe I don't think it was 2022 yet, or maybe beginning of 2023. I did something that was only 20 scenes, shot like a vertical, same kind of concept of a vertical, but it was only 20 episodes, and each episode was its own individual story, versus all being connected.
A whole bin, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it was like an experimental vertical concept type of thing.
Someone was trying it out, seeing what's going on.
Yeah, and I showed up, did it, had no idea what I had filmed, but had fun doing it.
Well, there you go. Now, how many verticals have you done? Are you keep count, or have you lost count?
I counted the other day, because someone asked me the same question on set. I just finished my 36th, and I have 37 coming up in a week and a half.
And what was the number again? I was reading. I'm sorry. What was that again?
36.
36. Okay.
Just finished 36.
That's fine. Now I've got a question from T. Anderson. What city has been your favorite visit/film so far?
So far, my favorite has been, I mean, all of them have their charms and have been fun, but I think I had a really fun time in PEI in Canada, Prince Edward Island. Um, it was just fun. It was I loved the environment out there. I loved shooting on the island. Beautiful scenery, the trees, it's open space, which is different from filming in LA, where it's just, cities and dense and houses and concrete everywhere. So it was a nice switch up from being in LA all the time.
Well, that makes total sense. But as I said, the chat room is getting busy, but I got that one question in. Now I'm going to go to Liz for a little bit.
Ooh, goody. Let's go back to the beginning a little bit. I know you kind of started off in the visual arts, and with an animation type background base. But
Yeah.
what exactly made you say, okay, this really isn't doing it for me. I want to do more of other work, and what got you into acting? And furthermore, what actually transitioned you to do both acting and modeling?
That's a good question. I'll try to give a short answer because that's a long story. So I was studying animation, like you said, but I was doing acting classes on the side for all the classes that weren't geared towards my degree. And I was doing animation because I can draw and paint and all that stuff, but it didn't really fill my soul. It was more, I can do it, so I'm gonna do it, versus I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I had a moment where I felt like I don't know if I want to do this right now in the moment. I don't want to do animation. I can do it later in my life if the opportunity arises, but was going to college, signed with a modeling agent, and started booking work. Started booking more work during school, so then was going to photo shoots and other film stuff instead of class, and decided, this, I'm also getting acting jobs because of the modeling, and I'm doing acting in school for all my other classes, not animation related. So I decided to just jump in, and go 100% into acting and modeling versus animation.
Okay. Do you ever regret, like you said, you were thinking about doing it later on in life? Do you ever just sit down, maybe, with some, artwork in front of you and actually just kind of clear your mind and work on some, or is that still kind of put aside?
I mean, not as much. One, I don't have the time quite as much as I used to, and I don't. I have different outlets now for my creativity. Like at work, acting, modeling, it's a creative outlet. I also play piano, that's a creative outlet, and all kinds of other stuff. So I don't draw as much as I used to, but I do catch myself every few months. I'll sit and I'll doodle a little bit just to keep the rust off of my drawing juices in my brain,
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned music and piano. One, I teach piano as well, but because
Okay.
you mentioned it, I want to bring up two specific loves of mine that I was surprised as all get out to find you in. One, I'm a huge fan of Mike Posner. I did not realize that you were the unfortunate Jack, that got dumped on by the werewolf doo-doo. What on earth was that stuff they dumped on you?
It's the real thing. No, that's funny. He's great. Worked with him all day shooting that, and one, Mike Posner's amazing.
Yes, he is.
We filmed that. It was like, I think midnight maybe. And it was winter. I think we shot that in December, I want to say. And they had this bucket of, it was oats, I think chocolate sauce, cocoa powder, cereal, other food items, and they mixed it all in this tub. And then a guy was on a scissor lift and poured it all out on me as I walked out for
Ugh.
that scene. And
Please
yeah,
tell me it was just one take.
it I think we did do one take of the actual pour, and then we had a
Right.
couple reaction shots after, but they only had one
Oh.
take because I wasn't. I mean, once I get covered in that, there's no way I can clean up again.
Yeah, not unless you gotta run, shower, the whole total reset, and makeup and everything. So
Yeah. Oh, and then
yeah.
wardrobe's covered in it,
Oh, I
covered in
know.
chocolate and everything else in it, in my
I,
hair.
I said I've been a fan of his for a while. I've been a fan of the video for a while, but it wasn't
Yeah.
until I started doing research that I realized the correlation between you and that particular. I'm like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
the other thing I have to bring up, I have been a humongous Elvis Presley fan my entire life. When he died, I
Okay.
literally cried for 3 solid days when he died.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Yeah.
yeah, my niece also, when she was born for 2 years, she had severe colic. And the only
Mm.
thing that would soothe her was his music. And I was telling Michael this off screen. We think it's because of the timbre of his voice.
Yeah.
But
He's got an amazing voice.
I want to know how on earth you managed to pull being in Suspicious Minds video for the movie. How did you pull that off?
It's something about this industry that I don't know if a lot of people understand is a lot of things you can aim for a project you want to do. A lot of stuff is random. So that was a project that randomly appeared on my table. And I didn't know what it was when I showed up either. I knew it was a music video. They didn't tell me anything about it. I showed up and then found out while filming it that it was for Suspicious Minds for the Elvis music video.
Right.
And it was just one of those projects that randomly came across. I just randomly came across and booked.
To me, for me anyway, I think that'd be one of the gems of your career to have that, somewhere in your portfolio to do. And moving on with other things, you have done, like you said, so many different verticals and different things. But
Yeah.
I have to ask this question. Now, we always know being the lead is not, necessarily the goal that you want. But have you ever found a secondary or a bit part role that seemed to have more depth, and more grounding to the role that, in your mind, might have been better than the lead?
I have this tug of war all the time doing verticals because I do like doing the leads because I get more time in the script. Usually I get I can do different things with the character. It's more challenging in certain aspects. But I do also enjoy, I've done villain a couple times, and there's a little bit more freedom with it because you can be bigger, you can be more wild, you can be more bold, angry,
Yeah.
loud. It's just out there more, which is really fun to do. Whereas in my experience, being a lead is more calm, not as reactive, or if it is, it's more internal. And I've had a couple projects where I've booked the lead and then I've got the script, read the villain role, and it was, I feel like I connected more with it, or I could have a lot of fun with it versus what I was booked to do. And most villains I've done, I've enjoyed and had a great time doing it. And there's one in particular I can think of. It was Executive Affair, Resigning from Your Love, with Jake Hobbs and Tess Diners. And it was just a fun character because I'm a bad guy, so I'm I'm the antagonist of the film. Um, and I can be out there. I can be big, bold, but he had redeeming qualities, and at the end turned out to be a redeeming guy. So it was a fun arc to go through versus most leads I've done.
Yeah, I can definitely see where you'd have that, broadity to do different things with. Miss Marcia, I know you have got a ton of questions.
Surely, absolutely. Hi, Elijah.
Hey, what you
I
got for me?
well, I like your first name, particularly, and Elijah is a name that features in the Bible, for instance. Were you named after someone in particular?
The story my parents told me was that I was born and they were trying to pick a name, and
Mhm.
they flipped through the Bible and came upon the name Elijah. So
Ah.
that's how I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an unusual name. You don't hear that name much anymore. There's, and so it's unique in that way.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and we have to talk about one of your verticals, "Spoiled by Four Billionaires"
Oh
with
yeah, I know. Yep.
with Kirby,
Uh-huh.
who's been on our show.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that looked like it was a lot of fun to do.
It was. It was. The entire cast, amazing. Kirby, as you know,
Mhm.
fantastic, amazing actress, amazing person to work with and just be
Mhm.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the brothers, was there had to be some antics going on set. There had to be.
There was a lot. There was a lot of shenanigans going on that set, I remember. Because it was the brothers and then me and Kirby, and the brothers were all of them amazing. We still stay in contact now.
Oh, good.
But they were acting like brothers the whole time. And then I wasn't in the story a brother, but I was on set like the fourth brother.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, just so much goofing around, so much. I mean, I remember one day we were on set and we had some time passing by while they were setting up, I think for the next scene or something. And we were all hanging out in the living room doing monologues. We had set up a chair in the middle of the living room, and each person was going up and doing a monologue. Um, just cause why not? Just to monologue each other and have fun with it. And no, that was a really fun project to work on with
Mhm.
everyone.
When I first started watching it, I thought maybe you would be one of the brothers, and I thought,
Mm,
okay, now where is he? And then, of course, you turn out to be
yeah, yeah, the billionaire.
doing. So when you did you read for that particular role?
I oh, I don't quite remember.
Hmm.
I feel like I may have read for a brother and also Roy, the
The
character
lead.
I played. And I don't remember, but I probably did read for a couple roles for that
Mhm.
one.
And I'm going to throw in another. Now, you weren't as prominent in this piece,
Mm,
but I want to ask you something particular about Welcome to Chippendales,
okay.
where you
Okay.
Mhm.
because Chippendales, of course, is a few years ago the big,
Yeah.
the big Chippendales. How much
Yeah.
did you actually know about Chippendales before you even looked at this project?
I I knew about it. I knew about it. Because I had been contacted in the past by the Chippendale like the actual Chippendales
Uh-huh.
to be considered for that, and I didn't. But I knew about it. I knew what it was. I did my research,
Mhm.
and so when I did that, and even then, I only did a little bit of Welcome to Chippendales because I had other projects lined up, so I couldn't commit fully to that project
Mhm.
as much as I wish I could have.
Uh, we had another actor who had actually been on that miniseries as well,
Okay.
and was one of the calendar models.
Mm.
And he had a stack and still has a stack of the calendars, so which is interesting. But yeah, that was an interesting project in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
kind of leads toward your modeling as well, which
Hmm.
may have been where you were spotted on, because you've walked some super runways.
Yeah. Yeah. Done a lot. I actually, business wise, as a job, because like I mentioned, I was doing acting in college too. Um, but I started modeling first as a job, and then that led to booking acting jobs too. But yeah, I've done my fair share of runway shows,
Mhm. I've heard that
all
it can
kinds of other
be
stuff.
really intimidating to step out on a runway the first time. Do you remember anything about your first time stepping on a major runway?
Um, that was my first modeling gig I ever did, was a runway show.
Wow.
That's what got me into it. Was um, this lady found me and told me about a runway show she was designing for, and I had never modeled before, not compared to, I had done as much modeling as anyone else has, and showed up. I had butterflies. I was so nervous. I've seen photos from it, and I think I was 20 at the time, and I look scared. I look so scared. I'm stiff. I'm so stiff on the runway. You could see the fear in my eyes as I'm walking down the runway.
Mm,
Um, but I had a good time and enjoyed it enough to do it
mhm.
again and
Yeah.
do better, and do it more confidently than I
Yeah.
did the first time.
Yeah. And do you know Eric Gilmet?
I
One of
do.
the, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, and you share something with him is you've done a
Mhm.
lot of covers for
Yep.
novels. So I know
Yeah.
Eric may have you beat there, but
He's got a lot. I think he's got
Over
he's got a,
a
200 that
Over
I
100 or
know of.
200, yeah.
200. He's got a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, he's got a bunch. I think I have not as many. Maybe 15
Oh,
ish, something
yeah.
around there. Yeah.
Mhm. And through that, I've seen. I'm going to go to Michael in a second, but period pieces where you've had Western garb, and that kind of ties into another aspect where you started in costumes. You
Uh-huh.
worked in a costume shop. Yeah.
I did. I did.
Mhm.
I was working at it's not around anymore, but I was working at this costume store um while in college, and would just help people with their costumes and wardrobe and all that stuff, pick out what they need. And yeah, again, like I said earlier, it was another creative outlet that I had. So
That sounds like so much fun because all of us are geeks and nerds. So
uh-huh.
Okay.
we've done, cosplay and all
Heck
that.
yeah.
So um have you done any personal cosplay where you dress up on your own, pick a costume and
uh I mean, I do all the time at my place. I'll put on some wardrobe and mess around. But I've been to Comic-Con a few times.
aha.
I haven't done crazy cosplay, but I'll wear some t-shirts and sweaters, and some,
Hmm.
I have some backpacks or knickknacks. I'll bring it, and yeah, go have a good time.
When you say um Comic-Con, LA Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, what kind of
I've been to New York, I've been to San
oh,
Diego, and
okay.
I feel like I've been to LA, but if it was, it wasn't
Okay.
recent. It was before COVID.
So San Diego, I do programming at San Diego Comic Con
Do you
actually.
really?
So
Okay.
yeah,
Maybe
and
I've seen you there. I was there.
among the 140,000 people, sure.
Maybe it's a small world. You never know. I wander around the whole place.
Yeah, well, we had probably crossed paths then.
But yeah, I'm sure we probably have.
Yeah. Okay, Michael, I know it's busy.
Yeah, it's busy. And Megan Smith asks, where would you like to film that you haven't filmed yet?
Istanbul, Turkey.
Ooh.
I'm sure, as you guys know, they're doing a lot of filming out there right now.
They are, yeah.
I haven't been yet. I've been offered jobs out there, but every time I've had to turn it down because I've already signed a contract for another job. So haven't gotten out there yet. And I will next year. Putting it out there.
There you go. There you go. And then Louis Pena just says, Spoiled by Four Billionaires is my favorite vertical. You were amazing, Elijah.
Oh, thank you, Louis. I appreciate it. That was yeah. Had a great time filming it, so I'm glad it came across on camera too.
Yeah, and T. Anderson says, on average, how long does it take to film a vertical?
Good question.
The shortest amount I've done was 5 days, and the longest I've done was 11 days. And a normal one is around 7 to 8 filming days.
Yeah.
So it depends on production budget and how long the script is, but about a week, just over.
Yeah. Then Shanleon 16 says, what challenges were there in your vertical Love is Sweet Torture?
That's a good question. There honestly wasn't too many challenges. It was an amazing production team out in PEI. That's where we filmed it, up in Canada. They all knew what they were doing, and everything was lined up, and it was really smooth, everything. Personally, the only challenges I had were, oh man, I don't even, it was really smooth. It was really smooth. I had a fun time with the script. Luna Saranova, who was my co-star in it, amazing, super fun. We had a great time filming it, so chemistry was great. Didn't have to work too hard to get good chemistry going. And it was honestly not as challenging enunciate as other verticals I've done.
But it was something.
It was something. It was an adventure. Yeah.
Now let's see. This is Teen Anderson says, what kind of different character would you love to be besides a billionaire or an alpha king? Is there any other characters that you'd like
Are
to
there
play?
other characters?
What other characters are there? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, exactly. I mean, but maybe you might want to bring in what you would like to see in there that you would like to play.
Yes. So both are, I have a blast playing both, but I also really enjoy playing sports characters. So I've done 2 football ones and 1 basketball one. And even though I was a billionaire in them, that wasn't like the athlete was there too. So it was fun to be an athlete in a vertical. Because I feel like I can be more myself. Because I grew up doing sports. I love sports. I still exercise and play sports all the time. And I don't have to be such a businessman like I have to be with certain billionaire roles. So I could be more of a dude, more of a bro, more of a college athlete kind of dude.
There you go.
It's fun. It's fun. I really enjoy doing that. So still a billionaire, but not as much.
Or maybe just a millionaire.
Yeah, a millionaire who plays sports is
there. You go.
That's perfect for me.
That makes sense. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save these other few questions that we've got for you for a little bit later. I'll go back to Liz again. So,
okay, actually, it was perfect lead in because you were just talking about the fact that you love sports and other things, and I know that you had a primary, with fitness, you're pretty much your whole life. But I've got to ask you this. We already know models have got to have this absolutely killer physique going on. But now you come into verticals, and they have umped that in certain scenes by like the 10th degree, literally.
Yes. Yeah.
What is your routine or workout or different things to keep that physique going, especially if you have to do shirtless scenes?
I it's that's a good question. That's a loaded question because it's so, as a lot of other people doing them know, it's hard to maintain when you're filming because you're doing minimum 12-hour days.
Hmm.
Um, and then that's minimum. Sometimes it's 16 to 20 hours. So you're not getting as much sleep. If you can make it to the gym after set, that's great. If not, then when I'm not filming a project, I really try to focus on exercising in between projects because I know once I'm on a project, I won't be able to make the gym as much. There's going to be snacks and cookies on set, and I'm going to get hungry, so I'm going to eat snacks and cookies, and so my diet's not going to be as good while filming. But moderation is what I try to do. So I try not to go too crazy on set. I'll have some cookies, but I won't go crazy. And then work out extra hard when I'm not on set.
Okay. You kind of mentioned the cookies and the sweets and all, but what is, you would think, your one kryptonite that you have the hardest thing staying away from while on set?
Probably Oreos.
Oh, wow.
If there's Oreos,
You're done.
they're gone.
You're
They're
done.
gone. They're gone. They're gone within 5 minutes of me seeing them. No one's getting any Oreos. Those are mine. I'm taking them. I'm carrying them with me.
And they
If you
all
want
ask
them, you
where
got
the
to come find me.
Oreos. Mm.
I mean, they're good. I love Oreos.
At least you can't, if you're mic'd up, hopefully you won't be able to hear you crunching off camera.
Yeah. That's all. Okay. Also, if you ever see verticals, I try to keep my mouth clean after eating Oreos. If I ever have chocolate stuff around my mouth, it's Oreos.
It's
We'll have
Oreos.
to watch for
Okay.
Yeah,
that
if I
now.
forgot to wipe or someone forgot to tell me, that's what it is. It's Oreos.
Hopefully, whoever your kissing partner likes Oreos if you forget to do anything and then
Yeah,
go into
they better. If not, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, Liz, I've got to throw this question up
Oh,
quick
go for
because
it.
it
Go
has
for
to
it.
do with FOOD, that awful 4-letter
Uh-oh.
word.
Yes.
Megan Smith says, what is your favorite baked dessert?
My favorite baked dessert. Ooh. I do love a good apple pie. Good apple pie goes a long ways with some vanilla ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
with Oreos, right?
With Oreo. Oh, it's that time of the year too. You know what I'm going to be making this week? Some apple pie. Mm-hmm.
I make a killer caramel apple pie.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh. Next time I'm up north, I'm gonna come.
Driving through, I'll throw a couple at you. Yeah, no problem.
Yep. I'm gonna hit you up. See if you have some.
She'll make some just for you.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll come stop by. I'll be there.
Door's always open. You kind of have a bit of a bilingual tongue because you studied Spanish for I think like 12 years or more.
Yep.
And I know you can speak it proficiently.
Uh-huh.
But what do you prefer if you're offered a role? Would you rather have it be in your native tongue or you don't really care, you'll take it in Spanish as well?
Oh. English, please. I've been offered Spanish roles. I've done Spanish projects. I can do it. It's just it's more challenging. Because I don't speak Spanish all the time. I try to practice when I can, but I'm not around anyone who consistently speaks Spanish. So if I have a couple lines here and there, I can do it. But if you want me to do 100 pages of Spanish, I mean, I can do it. I'm going to be tired.
Tired doing it.
Yeah. Doable, though. I just prefer English because it's my first language.
What you think and speak in, and you don't have to think to transverse it into going to something else. Have you, now that you've kind of had your foot in the acting genre for a bit now, have you ever thought to go back and look back on some of your earlier works and think, I could have done that differently, or are you satisfied with how things turned out?
I've had lots of time to reflect on old projects, and there are a few staple projects that I'm very proud of, and I don't think I could do any better today. But hindsight 2020. There's a lot of work I have done that I feel like I can do a lot better now, just because of my experience I have now and the knowledge I have now, and the confidence in myself that I have now is a lot different than when I was first starting. Like I
Yeah.
said about the Runaway show, where I was like a statue. I mean, if I could do that now, I can go and have fun with it and do it right, or do it the way I want to do it, versus letting the nerves take control of me.
Yeah, I can understand that quite well. Um, Here's something though. You're starting to slowly dip your toe into the writing aspect of some of this.
Hmm.
Are we going to hopefully see sometime in the future works from you, on either our apps or actually on the screen?
Uh, hopefully. I have a few things I'm writing at the moment, and it's it's I haven't released them or tried to pitch them to anyone yet because I'm still working on them. And the little perfectionist in me is trying to still get it to the best that I can do. So maybe next year sometime I'll get some stuff going out.
That would be very interesting to see, what comes down the pike for you as far as, your future with things. Um,
Yeah.
you have done so many different roles with different things, but what do you think? And I know you kind of answered this a little bit before, but what is your favorite role to play? The strictly good guy, the anti-hero, or just the absolute 100% straight plain villain?
I My favorite character I've played um in a vertical, and goes back to I wish I could do it again because I feel like I can do it better now. Was Chris in Become the Idol Crazy Beach, because he starts off as an innocent, friendly guy, and then transitioned at the end, or he was this the whole time, but you see other sides of him where he's actually a killer. Um, so being able to do that, because I got to play the good guy, the friendly, good neighbor guy for a bit, and then for another part of the script, I got to play a villain.
Yeah,
Um,
you're the
in
killer.
both in the same character, which was
Yeah.
really fun. And again, crazy arc in the character, so it's really fun to play.
Yeah, I think that was actually one of my favorite things that I saw, even because I liked that twist coming at the
Yeah,
end with what it was. So,
it's
and I kept
it's
thinking, you're playing this too good, too sweet, something's up. Yeah, so,
something's fishy. Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to go ahead and toss it to Marcia.
Thank you again. Well, Elijah, we've talked about your modeling, your runway, but you've also been in a pageant, which is really interesting. And it's what was it? Manhunt International was one.
Yep.
So, what prompted you to become part of that event?
I I
Had a slow day.
I had a slow day. It's I still try to keep this mentality now, to keep my plate open to different experiences, because you never know what you're going to learn. You never know where it'll take you, or who you'll meet, or what it'll lead you to. So I was contacted by a guy to do Mr. Supernational USA, um, and for the pageant. And I had no idea. I'd never done a pageant before, and decided why not? Why not? it could be fun. I could have a fun time. If I win, I win. If I lose, whatever. I just want to go do it, have the experience, learn from it. Can I take something away from it? Great. And I placed second in
Yes.
that. And then from there, the organization liked my performance in that. So then they pitched me for Manhunt International. And same thing. I was like, yeah, I'm available these dates. You guys want me to represent the USA at Manhunt International in the Philippines? I'd be honored to. Yeah. So signed up, did it. And, just had a great time. Got what I wanted, an experience, had a great time, learned a little bit about myself, saw some other parts of the world, met some amazing guys, and had fun and placed third place in it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of experiences, now you've done a promo for a reality show, Love Island, but you made a point to say you weren't on it. But there's so many reality shows now,
Yeah.
baking shows and cooking shows and Survivor. And if you were going to be on a reality show, what do you think it might be, or what might be some of your selections?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh boy. I think me and my best friend, actually, we auditioned for The Amazing Race.
Oh.
Maybe 3 years ago. We didn't get on it. We got not far enough to get on it, but I think that would be a really fun one to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd still love to do it.
Yeah, my two kids, they thought about doing that, and I would think about them and those shenanigans all over the world. That sounds looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to segue again with your artistic talent, I was wondering what's on your wall. Do you put your art on the wall? Do you put other people's art? What's on your wall?
I used to have my art up. I took it down. Now what's on my wall is I have some magazine covers I've been on. I have those framed on the wall. I have my sashes from the pageants I did next to those, and then I have the books, the romance novels
I was wondering about
that I've done.
Yeah.
The ones that are out, I have on a shelf. Just as motivation to keep going and to know that if I'm feeling down on one day, I've done some stuff and I can still do it. Apart from that, I don't have much. I like to keep a plain wall. I used to have posters and art, but I think I made it plain because I have too much going on in my head a lot, or too much on my schedule. So it's nice to have plain walls around.
Okay. And kind of my my last question is what do you see? The vertical world is so fast moving. It's sort of still like the Wild Wild West in a way.
Yeah.
And we see it moving towards other types of verticals. What is something that you would like to see as far as verticals? Not necessarily with you in it, or maybe with you in it. Where do you see verticals going with this?
I would love to see more different genres of verticals. I would love to see, like a sci-fi one, or more horror type of verticals. Or even, like I said, Become the Idol Crazy Beach, the one I did where I start off as a good guy and then turns out, I'm a killer. Just like little hints of horror or different aspects of sci-fi would be cool. And I don't know if you guys watched Game of Choice, but that one, I think it took a different step in a different direction for verticals, and I'm excited for that. I would love to see more verticals like that, where it's different than the typical one. Typical alpha
Yeah.
werewolf or billionaire CEO one. So I'm hoping that other platforms see Game of Choice and can see that it can do well, and that they bring other ones like that too.
And actually, I have one more thing I have to say. Do you know the actor Richard Gere? He's older
I do.
now, but I imagine that you're very organized in getting yourself ready to go places, and he has a scene in American Gigolo that reminds me of you would just fit right in there, where he's picking his clothes out and he's just grooving, and he hangs from the ceiling in these gravity boots.
Yeah.
I can see you doing that. Have you? If you haven't seen
I haven't
American
seen the
Gigolo,
movie yet. No, I'll go check it out though after this.
especially the first
So I'll know
scene.
what you're talking about.
Yes, please. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for being with us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you,
Liz,
Michael.
Liz, I'll let you do if you have a last question or whatever to go, because we got to get off pretty soon. And just I'm going to tell people in the chat room, sorry we couldn't get to all your questions. I'm going to see if I can get Elijah back in a couple of months, and then you can ask him some more stuff. So thank you all for coming in the chat room. Liz, go ahead.
I just have one final question. If you had a fraction of the money that the characters of the billionaires have, what would you do with it?
I would wow. I would eat really good. I would
Oreos.
You know it. My pantry's gonna be Oreos. That's all it's gonna be. I would treat myself to some good food. I would hope I wouldn't change too much as a person. I try to bring smiles into the world, not pain. So I would treat people around me too. I'd treat my friends, help my family out if needed, and try to just help others out as much as I can.
Good answer. And on that note, Elijah, thank you so much for taking time with us. It was an absolute pleasure, and I really do hope we get to see you back here real soon.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you guys. It was a pleasure talking to all three of you. Thank you for making the time and having me on here. I really enjoyed it.
It has been great. One last thing, Elijah. There was one question I just wanted to go back to.
Yeah.
You kind of were talking about it a little bit, but Edward Kazanskin says, which character of yours would you like to hang out with that you've played, and why?
I think
Or is there a tie?
I think I would hang out with that's a good question.
You want to save it till next time?
All of them. Obviously.
And why?
All of them except for one.
Okay. And which is the one you wouldn't want to hang out with? That's a good one.
Did you guys see Giving Birth and Getting Divorced?
Oh, yes.
I would not hang out with Rory in that.
I wouldn't either.
Terrible.
Fair
But
enough.
everyone else, I think Tristan Brown would probably be number one from Virgin Surrogate for the Billionaire. Football one.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's because it's football, right?
Yeah. I think we get along great.
That would be great. Well, again, thank everyone in the chat room for coming.
Yeah.
If you're watching
thank you all for joining.
If you're watching us after the fact, like, subscribe, follow us so you don't miss any of our other vertical guests or our other guests that we have on. We're also doing The Voice. I've got a voice guest coming on this week too, but we're still working with that detail since they're winding down their season right now. So it's kind of crazy. But everyone, thank you all for coming, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you all.